the big ego media. I know, I said I'm going to be consistent, but life's happening. Got the football club, you just got promoted, so much things going on with that. I got the community centre, so I've not been consistent. I know Kedabelli was the last thing you done a couple of months ago, but hopefully I get to the point of being consistent, but let's just see how the year ends. We've got a special guest today. It's been a long time coming, it's been a long while still. Another Congolese brother, goes by the name of Pinky. How you doing today, bro?
Well, I'm in the building, the building's filled in, you'll be right, bro, shit.
So, I mean, how was your journey down? Not too far?
No, it's calm. It's an end, isn't it? No, cool.
Alright, you're all over the internet right now, a lot of controversy. You was part of, or you are still part of, I don't know yet, we'll get into that, one of the biggest podcasts in the UK right now. But before we get that, let's get to know Pinky, the guy, your journey. First of all, where are you from? Where did you grow up?
Born and raised in Congo, Kinshasa, born in Gombe, to be more precise, hospital Mama Yemo, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, that's where I'm from, that's where I lived until the war happened, but yeah, so yeah. Kinshasa, Gombe, by the way, it's like the west end of Kinshasa, innit? That's
okay.
The bougie part.
So, what age was you when you first come to the UK?
I was 10.
You were 10. Was you around for, you were 96?
97.
97.
I came in 97, yeah.
97.
December 97.
Alright, cool. Tell us what you've landed in the UK. Where did you live? Who did you live with? How was it?
So when I landed, we first lived at my uncle Chancelier's house. Chancelier, everybody, you know, your mum and dad will know who he is. Everybody knows
who the singer?
No, he's not a singer. He's the one that Kofi always mentions.
Okay.
Yeah, Kofi always mentions him. A couple of musicians mentions. You know, Kobaka Libanga.
Yeah.
So he's a politician right now. He's a DGA in Grand Travaux. That means any major building that goes on there is a part of it. I think they're building one of the biggest museums in Africa right now.
Okay,
and
sick.
they built a couple of stadiums, a couple more. So yeah, big up artists, man. These big peoples. You know what I'm saying? So we lived there first. Then we lived in Croydon with my other uncle. Big him up, Vieux Alix. And then we went for asylum and all of that route. And then the first temporary council flat that we got was in a estate called Bowman in Leighton, E10. We got Bowman, Bow.
So is that where you grew up initially then as a teenager?
Yeah, so that's the first house we had. I was there when I was year 6, I think, up until maybe year 8. Yeah, so year 6 up until year 8. And that's where I was, you know what I'm saying? So that's when I first, you know, started getting acquainted with London and what goes on, and you know what I'm trying to say, getting affiliated with my borough, all the different estates, roaming around with like, we was on pedal bikes then, hitting cattle, OC, do you get what I'm trying to say? Because there was like the neighbouring like estates, you know what I'm saying, roaming through Thatch, you know what I'm saying, like, and then roaming at Walthamstow as well, Boundary, you know, Marlow, Drive, all of those little bits. I didn't really venture that much in Chingford. That's probably the only part that I haven't spent too much time hanging around in. Later on I did in Flaxton and stuff like that. You get me, big up all them, man, but yeah.
I mean, being Congolese, I grew up in a Congolese household, it's strict. So, who did you live with? Your both parents, or just mum, was dad?
No, so my pops used to be here half a year, so he would come here for 3 months, go back to Congo for 3 months, come here for 3 months, go back to Congo for 3 months, because at the time he had one of the most successful restaurants there. It was a French restaurant, 4 stars, they called it 4 Forks. Yeah, so so he had to go back and maintain his income and whatnot. And on top of other things he was doing, antiques, buying land, developing, building. So he never really had much work here, so he had to always go back and check up on what's going on over there. So for the most part, at the beginning I grew up with my stepmom, my older sister and my older brother until my younger siblings was born.
Okay. You mentioned there your stepmom. Where was biological mom at this point?
Oh, so my biological mom passed away quite a few years before I even left Congo. Yeah, so she passed away when I was around about 5, about to turn 6.
Do you have much memory of her?
Yeah. Do you know what's weird? Like, I remember like stuff from when I was really, really young. They say that when you have trauma when you're young, you remember stuff. So I remember I'm telling you, she died when I was 5. So I remember like bathing one time and slipping in the bath and hitting my head. I remember her picking me up. I remember her taking me to stuff. I remember her taking me to watch my dad. My dad used to ride scramblers. He used to race scramblers. I remember she used to take me to race the scramblers. I remember I never used to be able to see who he was. And I'd be like, where's dad? And she'd be like, he's there. But it goes so fast like that it's hard for you to catch it or whatever. And they got the numbers on them and all of that. So yeah, I remember doing loads of activities with my brother and whatnot. We used to cook. We used to make bread together. Yeah, we used to make bread and stuff like that. Yeah, I remember loads of things about that.
So how was it difficult then when you've come to the UK and it's kind of a transition with a kind of a new mother? How did you kind of embrace that?
I'll be honest, I didn't want to come here and I didn't like being here. So, and I wasn't treated well by my peers in school when I first arrived because I didn't know the language. People tried to mock me and stuff like that. So I got in a lot of fights. I began school in the middle of year 6 and I had to try and catch up real quick with the language and stuff. Maths and all of that was easy because the level of schooling that I got over there, I never really learned anything in school here except history, because they didn't teach us about Henry VIII and all of that, yeah, but English really is what I learned in school. Reading and writing English is the main thing. A lot of the other stuff I kind of already knew.
So when was the transition then when you're a new African kid, and when was the transition now where you're starting to see the other side of London and you're embracing, I guess, the gang life?
To be honest with you, it happened quite quick because when I went into secondary school, there was one of my mates that lived the road down from me and he was also an immigrant. He had come from Portugal. And when I went into school, my first day in school, I got into a fight because somebody made fun of me or whatever. So I didn't even make it in the class. When they used to teach us to line up before you go into class. And I got into a fight with somebody in the line next to me. So I got sent home, and then after that, my mate that was also an asylum seeker, he kind of gravitated towards me. And then he had an older brother in the school that was already in the school for a little bit after us. So our clique kind of mini formed already by year 7 and then year 8, and then playing out. Kids, most of the kids in the estate, they're up to no good, people snatching phones and stuff like that and whatever. And I always liked nice stuff in it. I always liked nice clothes, nice trainers, and the demand that I had, or the what's the right word for it? I just felt like I deserved these things in it, and it was hard for my family to keep up, even if they could anyway. It was just I was acting spoiled in it, so I just thought, you know what, I'll just go out and get it for myself. So that's what we kind of first got into the life for, just to buy stuff that we wanted, and then weed came in, and then we're smoking weed now. So you gotta be able to afford that too. You know what I'm saying to you? Then girls came involved, and now you gotta be able to hold the vibe and have 122 juice there, and do you know what I'm saying to you? So that's kind of how I got sucked into the street life at a very early age.
Do you remember being part of a gang or calling yourselves a name that was part of a crew?
Do you know what's funny? People say gang and stuff like that, and I ended up saying it after a while and whatnot, but it never really felt like that at the beginning. We was just mates that just hung around each other, liked each other, and had each other's back, like whatever that. So, and then being out, people get into conflict, and then when we got into conflict, because most of us was refugees and we wasn't really known, and a lot of us didn't have cousins that was bad boys or whatever, and I come from an area and an era where family names meant a lot. Do you get what I'm trying to say to you? It's like some idiot could be from a big family, but he's running around slapping up people, and then people ain't responding because, he's from this family and all his cousins are going to come and all these da-da-da-da-da. So we got into a lot of those conflicts and, stood on our square and very early started to make a name for ourselves. And then the police, through arresting us, we hung around on the road that we named, or that I first named, the tight road, because it's a very tight road on the estate. And on that tight road, there's a block called Atlee Terrace. Yeah, and before they blocked off the blocks, if you was on Atlee Terrace, it was very easy for you to go through to different blocks when the police came, and it was very hard for them to catch us. And because the tight road is so narrow, it's hard for the police to speed down the tight road. So out of all of the roads on the Drive estate, that's where we mainly hung around in Marlow as well. That's where we picked to hang around because of that particular advantage of that location. So then the police started to call us Atlee Terrace Boys. Yeah, which was crazy to us because it's like, who the hell told you that's what we're called? Like, do you know what I'm saying? So we was like, nah, man, like, we need to make our own name. Like, what's going on? Do you know what I'm trying to say? So we started brainstorming and then, cool, so what we're going to call ourselves and da. But because we was mainly on the Drive and Marlow, yeah, we was like, cool, but the Drive is where we mainly was. Like, I was really the only one that was living in Marlow. So people used to mainly come Marlow to check me. You know what I'm saying? At the click anyway. So yes, I was like, yeah, Drive Marlow, innit? Like, you know what I'm saying? Cause both was and that. And then they use bare different acronyms for it. Dangerous Minds, Dough Makers, stuff. Bare different acronyms. But that's how we ended up naming ourselves because the police decided to give us a name that we just weren't happy with. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. When was your kind of first arrest?
Oof. I think I was probably like year 8 or 9. I think I was year 8 or 9. But I got arrested a lot when I was in school. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, my door got kicked off a hell of a lot. Like, I don't think there was many months that went past that I didn't get arrested for possession of a bleeding article, some robbery somewhere, burglary. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just constant.
When is this happening though?
Yeah.
What's happening at home?
So, when my dad wasn't around, I kind of got away with it a bit because, sorry to my stepmom because I gave the poor woman hell, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I was a bad kid, you know. I was a bad kid. Like I said, I was angry. I was in a place I didn't originally want to be. You know what I'm saying? One of my parents was dead. The other one had to go handle business somewhere else. So, and a lot of my siblings in my house was both my brother and sister are both 5-6 years older than me. So they couldn't relate to me. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you at this point? So I just found a family outside and I was just on what my family was on. So inside, they was looking at me like I just transformed into somebody that they couldn't recognize anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm walking in the house on school days at 11, midnight, 1 in the morning, stinking of weed. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Getting arrested. So when my dad was around, I got disciplined a lot. I had to do some funny poses and hands on the floor. Yeah, and you know what I'm saying? Like bless him, because Pops is good people and he tried, you know, like he really tried. But I was already I just already made up my mind that this is the person I was gonna be, and I don't think there was much that could have been done to change it at the time. So yeah, so I I didn't get along with my dad for the best part of my teenage years. We fought a lot, argued a lot. And at some point, I'll be honest, I didn't even like the brother. You know what I'm saying? Which is mad to even say now, but I'm just thinking back on it. Obviously, it's not the case today because I've got the utmost respect for him. But yeah, so it was rough at home, and it's a reason why I didn't want to be there either. Do you get what I'm saying to you? Because the more it's hard for you to lick me down one day, and then me to want to be sitting around the table with you the next. Do you get what I'm saying to you? I'm outside, I eat chicken and chips. You know what I'm saying? If you want bad chicken and chips, I'm good. You can keep your pondu and your fufu and your kwanga and wherever it may be. I'm on the, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but yeah, they did try. They really tried. Because you know, sometimes people go hard on the parents. Like, I remember, you know, there's the Congo that got pitched on a bus a little while ago.
Yeah. And
people was blaming the Mar and stuff like that. And you got to understand that when you come from a French-speaking country, yeah, and your parents don't know English and they're adapting to it, they didn't have Google Translate and all of that then. So they can't even read the school letters properly. They can't even, so I kind of navigated around and took advantage of it. Do you get what I'm trying to say to you? Like, there's a lot that they couldn't understand and didn't get and had to adapt to. I learned English a lot quicker and faster than anybody in my family.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? So even my older brother and a lot of my siblings, my stepmom, my dad, they still got accents. You can still properly tell that they, do you know what I'm saying? With my accent, it's maybe not as, I don't even know if I got one, but yeah. But to answer your question at home, it was yeah. I got a lot of discipline, but it still didn't change nothing. You know,
so how did the name Pinky come about?
Pinky came about from I used to sell Vishu shoots jeans from my auntie, bust me, R.I.P. Dr. Shelman. Yeah, I had an unfortunate incident where some older youths tried to tried to basically finesse man, whatever, and there was some picky notes involved in the situation. So it was actually like a derogatory thing. People saying it to mock me type shit. You know what I'm saying? And I hated it. Obviously, who wants to be called Pinky? You know what I'm saying? Like you want to be called like Killer this or you know what I'm saying, Bad Man that or whatever. You know the normal names. You know what I'm saying? But I got called it so much that I just realized that you know what, I might as well just wear it, innit? You know what I'm saying? And I started spitting.
Yeah, and if you think about it as well, it's kind of a little bit different because on the marketing side it stands that way. Why is my man called Pinky? So it gets people to kind of talk about it as well.
But I wasn't thinking that when I got the name when I'm like year 8, year 9. Okay. So I definitely weren't thinking about marketing. I didn't even know what that meant.
So what about kind of music wise? I think I first came across your music, maybe I was in jail, and I think that 10, I believe, if I may be wrong, but I think like 10 you must have released something, and I see the thing say Pinky, and I was like, oh, who's that? Maybe from South kind of thing, kind of back and forth in Hackney, and I thought he was from Hackney from time. When did you first kind of start making music?
I'll be honest with you, I think I wrote my first bar in year 7, you know? Yeah. Grand bar. One of the men in our clique, we're not with him now, but yeah, me and him was really close, so he was also an immigrant, but he came from Yard and he came here when he was a lot younger than us. Yeah. So he kind of taught us the lay of the land. Remember when I told you about cattle and these speak for whatever? He's the one that kind of took us around everywhere. Now when we was in school, I remember him introducing man to grime. And I'd always had a passion for rap. My dad used to like bring back CDs when he travelled, because my dad always travelled a lot, and he'd bring me back Snoop Dogg CDs and like the Dogfather and you know, he bust me on Busta Rhymes and go yeah and all of that. My dad really liked that. That, you know what I'm saying? So I thought, oh, maybe there's something here, type shit. And you know when you're good at something and your peers respect you for doing something, it kind of encourages you to do it more. Yeah. So I started writing more and more, and my school was like a real like spitting school. So I don't know if you've heard of Dancehall Mafia, but they was like a few years older than us. Yeah, Stanley used to be in Dancehall Mafia back in the day. There was a bag of them: Rage, Lex, Screechy, Ice. Some of them now are part of Heavy Trackers. Okay. Yeah, so Teddy, like Teddy and Ice and that, and G-Tanks, that's Ice's little brother. Big all of them up, by the way. But yeah, so they was kind of like above us. So our year, yeah, me and a couple men in our year that could really spit bars, yeah, they started like bringing us radio station with them. Okay. Yeah, they started bringing us to a radio station called Temptation. That was in Gascoigne Estate. So we started going there, dumping bars, and then people started hearing about us a little bit. But then when I was 16, before school was finished, I ended up getting incarcerated. So the whole grime thing kind of died by the time I got incarcerated. Because when I got incarcerated, I bumped into one of my dear friends, M. Literally just spoke to him a little bit before coming here. We literally talk all the time, and M had like a library of CDs, and like he introduced me to like a lot of like the British rap that I wasn't aware of yet. So the North Star CD, he gave that to me. You know what I'm saying? I remember giving it to me, saying to me, "Bro, you know my man." I was like, "Who's that?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, that's young. She's from your ends." Like, you know what I'm saying? But I had heard of like Leon, innit? I hadn't heard of Jemazay, so I was like, like, do you get what I'm saying? And then he passed me on the CD, so I heard it, get away from the jars, from the cells. I'm thinking, right, this is it's a bit more, I'm relating to this more than I'm relating to grime. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm in jail right now. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Yeah? Then he passed me on the Mashtown CD. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Yeah? I'm listening to that. Then Asco comes to the jail. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Asco's on my way. His tattoo's on the CD. Do you know what I'm saying? So this is letting me know that, look, this is what we're really living this. I'm not relating to, big up all the grime artists, but I'm not relating to too many of them and what they're saying as much as in rap. Then I started listening to the Core Megas, the Noriegas, the Mob Deeps a lot more. I always listened to D Block and 50 and that, but I started dissecting it more in myself with all that time on my hands, and my pen started, getting fluid with the rap now. You know what I'm saying? And that was coming out my journey.
So you said you was incarcerated. What did you get incarcerated for, and how long did you do?
I got nicked for a bunch of robberies. Really and truthfully, I think I got about 7, 8, but it was all concurrent. Yeah, so I got 18 do 9 first for a robbery in Ipswich, which I shouldn't have even got. We got bumped, but it's a long story. But I told it on Just Those things. Big up Just Those, other Congo, big up the session and all of that, Fat Mac and all of the people them. But bam, so I got nicked for got bagged for that, done that. Then I got a bunch of other thingies that didn't do more than that, yeah. And then I got done for another robbery in Wood Green Crown, and I got 2.5 years for that. So then, even though it was concurrent, I ended up having to do the 2.5 years, basically. Okay. Or half of.
And while you're inside, just listening to music, are you thinking that this music thing's a way out, or are you just thinking, I'm just doing it for fun? Because at that point, did anyone really see where it would get to?
Definitely weren't thinking it was a way out. Thought it was. I did understand even then that we was behind America, and I did think there was a possibility of the scene slowly growing to a place where it's lucrative. Because you got to understand, when I was young, yeah, all in school and that, I'm going out to raves. We're going Rex. We're going Palace Pavilion. We're going Young Man Standing. We're going all these places, yeah. So I would watch all of the MCs perform. Nasty Crew, Roll Deep. They was the main ones that was, at the top. And then I remember going to places when Dizzy didn't really look like he had much. To I Love You, and you know what I'm trying to say. So you could see that there was some sort of motion. Do you know what I'm saying? Of the lethals from man's ends, like them time, like you see in power. There's things going on. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? So I did, but we wasn't doing grime. We was doing rap. So I didn't really look at it like that. If I'm being honest with you, yeah, my thing about rapping, it's gonna sound dumb to a lot of people, yeah, but because we was the first ones on our block and no one knew our block and there was no one representing us, there wasn't even much people in Waltham Forest repping the borough. So when I went to the Can and I'm talking to people and they're like, where are you from? I'm like, East. They're like, where? I'm like, Walthamstow. They're like, where's that? They used to jar me. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? Like, people be like, you from Hackney? No. You from Stratford? No, bro. I said, Walthamstow. Do you know what I'm saying? Where's that? Waltham Forest. Where's that? So I just felt like they weren't that much representing us. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And a lot of people, I had this conversation with Spray, yeah, and he was kind of like saying, oh yeah, you're saying that nobody knew of Walthamstow before. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the people where I was didn't. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know what era when you went John, what happened, I don't know. And even when you was doing your thing, you shouting out Stowe, but you was saying North Star a lot. There's still a lot of people that might think that's where originally, do you know what I'm trying to say? So, and that was the same thing even with my block. There was a lot of bad boys from my block before us. When I say we started it, it's only, we're the only ones that started repping that. There was bad boys from my block that went to rep other blocks that was known. Does that make sense? Do you know what I'm saying? They went to Beaumont, they went to Chingford, they went to, because it was already formed. We didn't do that. We just formed what was, do you know what I'm saying?
No, I hear it. So, years have gone by. How many times did you go to jail together?
5.
5 times. Do you think that had any kind of say on kind of a music career that you could have had?
100%. 100%, because, so, in my personal opinion, yeah, even though I've done songs that have surpassed it in views and stuff like that, when I first started releasing music on YouTube, yeah, I had a little run with a YouTube channel that was kind of like unknown. Again, we just done things like ourselves. Most people, they start rapping, them times there, they go on Rap City, they go on Grime Daily, they go on all these platforms. We got our own cameras here in our young age between ourselves, big up Arms Black Star, and then we started shooting ourselves and putting it on YouTube. Now, I had done a song called Fuck Grey Gang that got a lot of traction, yeah, and we got like 100,000 views in the first week, which was big views them times there. It wasn't like nowadays.
Who was Grey Gang, by the way?
There was guys that we was beefing at the time,
okay.
Another Side of Walthamstow, Priory Court, and also the Hornsey guys. But that's all dead now, you know what I mean? But it was just what was going on at the time. Now, so when we done that, I didn't even know YouTube did this. They gave us a bronze cup, yeah, for being like the third. I think this is before trending and all of that. I think that was their way of us trending or whatever. And that's probably one of my most memorable songs. That's what a lot of people remember. Because we didn't know what we was doing, we uploaded it on a lot of different channels. So there's probably 4 versions of it out. One of them's maybe 170, the other one on 80, the other one on 70. So you can't really gauge exactly what it did, and that doesn't even work well for the algorithm. We didn't even know what algorithm meant then, you know what I mean? Yeah, so, and then when I was doing that, what started happening is I linked up with Frostman from Hackney. We done a song called Dead Man Walking. Yeah, that went off, that went mad. Done a couple
I
hundred.
just say to cut it there. I think Frostman's one of the coldest rappers that have come from the UK, man.
Very, very cold. And I still link Frost every time I go to Congo.
Yeah.
He's got the cheek to be going on about how cold I am, and I'm always telling him like, bro, stop it, like stop, like you know what I say. But yeah, Frostman he is still cold. If he wants to put pen to paper today, he's cold.
I hear it. So obviously time has gone past the music industry. People are starting to get big deals, getting music labels on them. At that point, you still thinking about I'm gonna try and get a deal, I'm gonna do this independent, because your time has gone past now, but obviously you can see things around you are popping off. What are you thinking about the music industry at this point?
So there was a time when I stepped home, yeah, and I think it was 2013. I've tried a couple times. Being honest, I haven't really tried hard enough. I've never really been that consistent. I've never really released that much in a small period of time. Even though I probably got 50, 40 videos on YouTube, they're very stagnant in time difference. Because of prison, and also because when I'm out, I might release something every 2-3 months. You know what I'm saying? Now, the last time I tried, it was when trap music was about. I don't think I made good music. I think that's the worst time in music for me. I did do a few songs, few features. I've done one with Spray, I've done one with Joe Black. I've done a few others that didn't get to come out. One with Trizzy Trap, I've done one with Tobes and certain things. But again, ended up having to go back. And this is after I've done a 6-year sentence. I've ended up having to go back and do an 8-year sentence. So, and I was only out for like 3 years in between. So, when I was doing that sentence, at that point, I'm understanding that I'm coming out of my 30s. I've gone in my 20s and I'm coming out of my 30s. And I'm starting to feel like time's maybe running out a bit. People are telling me I'm getting too old to rap and stuff like that and whatever. So I'm thinking, nah, you know what? Let me write a decent little catalogue when I'm in here. So when I get out, I can kind of hit the road running. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I'd accumulated a little change. I was a little bit comfortable and I thought, let me try and invest it in something that can get me out of this loop that I'm in, this revolving door where I'm in, out, whatever. So I came home, but I don't think my music got the reception I wanted it to get. I've done a song called Intro that I filmed from the gate. Didn't really go that mad. I've seen a lot of people do fresh out of jail songs and they can't even talk to that song, do you know what I'm saying? Then I've done another song called Smoke, that was a drill song. Again, it's different. You see a lot of people in drill, no disrespect to them, they use other people's flows. There's a few different flows in drill that everybody uses. I don't use nobody's flow. It's an original flow that for me is cold and whatever. And that's probably one of my most successful tunes, views wise. But I did also do Google ads, so it's probably really half of the views that it is, if I'm being honest. But just didn't think it got the reception it should have got. Done another song, Avocado and Salmon, very slick type rap, type fabulous type shit. It's not the reception I thought it was gonna get. And I could go on levels too. I could go on. So it's kind of a bit discouraging, especially when I'm part of a group that is so successful. Like a lot of my friends, most of my friends, a lot of my friends. There's more of my friends that own houses than friends that don't. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So when you're not got a mortgage and stuff like that, you start to look at things like, okay, I've already blown about 20, 30 now on music. That's a mortgage. Do you know what I'm saying? I ain't recouping none of this. So yeah, I can rap. Of course I can. Yeah, I'm cold. I could go at it with the best of them. Sure. But I haven't got an infrastructure. I've never had a manager. I've never had anybody help me to do anything. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, not that they should, but I've had to do. It's time consuming as well. Do you know what I'm saying? I got to find the beat. I got to write the bars. I got to pay the studio man. I got to pay for fucking the video. I got to call the cameraman. I got to find him. I got to find the cars myself. I do everything. I got to look at it. I don't want you to give me girls. I want to find them sometimes myself. So I'm doing all of that, and then it's not a good result. So sometimes it's just a bit like, okay, I've got a head on my shoulders. like, you see some people, sometimes what goes against me is what kind of is good as well. So it's like, because there's a lot of artists here that might not really be good at doing anything else. They're not business people. They might not be particularly that smart. So they have to concentrate on that one lane. It's make or break. If I don't make it in this, I'm never going to make it in life. That's not my particular position. So then that makes me sometimes think, like you said earlier on, you ain't been consistent because life's been lifing. Do you know what I'm saying? So sometimes I can't be consistent in music because life's lifing. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I have to fuck off to Africa for 2-3 months because I'm patterning over there. Sometimes I have to come back. Sometimes I'm going into a new venture over here. You know what I'm saying? I might start a dog business. I might be starting loads of different things. So it kind of takes away from being able to concentrate on music, but you've got to go where the bag is. You can't just go where your passion is.
Yeah.
Because you could. I'm too like I said to you, when I'm coming out in my 30s, I'm realizing like, I can't be struggling in my 40s. That's dead. That's a dead thing. What? It's still taking my bliss in my 40s. What? To go in and come out when I'm 50 or 60. What am I doing then? What? To living in a hostel or a mapper hostel? It's too much. Do you know what I'm saying? So I literally had to get my ducks in a row and put certain things in place, and I don't think I'm there yet because I need to get a sustainable, heavy, legit residual outcome that is not too stagnant monthly for me to be able to be comfortable enough to say, okay, this is my music budget. Or somebody else have the budget. Because I still got like over 100 songs in my email sitting there, all sorts of mad features and all sorts of mad
Ever thought about getting into management, some of the younger youth, some of the block and that?
Do you know why I wouldn't? I would help, yeah, but I think it's rich for me to be someone's manager when it was long for me to manage myself. If I was a lot more successful in the music field, then 100%, yeah. It's one of the first things I would do if I got a big bag or got a big deal is sign a lot of people in my circle, because I got cold ass beat makers in my circle, cold ass rappers, cold. You know what I'm saying? Like, not because they're my friend, like cold, like take it to any team that you think are cold, like Shotty, Boom, Lex, like it's Cash, like really cold rappers, that engineers, like we're a whole conglomerate in it, yeah. But and also some of the kids are definitely, I would want to have a hub. I would want to have a hub that's got a studio, that's got content creating rooms, that's got all sorts of things, and I would want to literally bring in talent and propel it to where it needs to go. I think that, you know, about after all the negative stuff that we've done to get ahead, I feel like at these ages, if you are in a position to throw a hand out or pull people out of the mud, then I don't think that is actually, it's one of the greatest things you could do. And anybody that doesn't really see the benefit in that or why the importance in that is just a bit crazy to me. Do you know what I mean?
I hear it. So that's kind of the music lane. So we fast forward now, and you are on podcasts now. Like I said, you're on one of the number one podcasts in the UK, RTM. Flex. How did that come about in the first place?
Alright, so obviously I've known Spray for a while. Coincidentally, when I came home this time, I was put in a hostel. I wasn't even put there. My cellmate, big up Carbon, yeah, he came out a month before me, or 2 months before me.
Carbon from Canning Town area?
Yeah. Carbon, that was my cellmate, you get me? I know Carbon since Pickney, innit, you know what I mean? So we've been doing jail together since, you know what I mean? And he was coming home like 2 months before me, from when we was in Rochester. So he's come home, he's gone into his Mappa hostel, then he stepped home, and then he's got his hostel, innit? Now they wanted to put me in a Mappa hostel, because I'm also a Mappa. So I had to kind of like speak to my probation, and because my stepmom had moved out of the hood, yeah, and I got caught with burners in the hood, so I wasn't allowed in the ends anyway. So if she was there, that would have been a no-no. But because she was so far out the hood, I remember probation went there, and it was like bare, you know, like the reindeers and all the lights at the house. So it's looking like this is proper settings for him. Do you know what I mean? And then she's gone there to visit, and then I obviously had to speak to my pops, my stepmom, said, is it okay for me to come there, blah, 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 because a lot of people don't know this. I had this conversation on TikTok yesterday with a girl that was saying, oh, a lot of people don't help people that's fresh out of jail, and blah, 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 and talking shit. And I was like, listen, do you know that when you come out of jail for burner charges, that you can't just go live at anybody's house? Like, if, like, my ex at the time, yeah, probation police was gonna send social services to her house just because she had kids and I was with her when I got bagged. And Burners was nowhere near her house, nothing. You know what I'm saying? When I came home, before I came home, they went to see her. They said to her, "Are you still seeing my man?" She's like, "No." They said, "Are you still in contact with my man?" She said, "No, but if he contacts me, it's not going to be an issue." She said, "Well, if he does contact you and if he's around you, social services will have to be involved." So even though I knew bare gal that I could just go stay at their house, I'm not going to put you in a position where social services is going to be involved. Plus, I don't know if I'm going to have to get active or not. So the night that I might bring boredom to it, like, you know what I'm saying? People could lose their kids. So, and at the time, they was even belly aching about me being there because my sister wasn't over 18 yet. You know what I'm saying? But because I'd lived in that house prior to that, and there wasn't no risk to her at the time, they done a risk assessment and said, yeah, it was fine. So that's where I was kind of staying for a little bit when I was trying to get my feet together, whatever. And then I got the hostel in Enfield, through Carbon, through Speaks to Carbon. "Oh, well, you got a hostel? Yeah, where? Who, what people?" "Oh, some people call Ark, yeah, give me the number." I'm bugging these motherfuckers. "Yo, Ark, look, I'm a mapper, I'm fresh out, what? Because I didn't go in the mapper hostel, so I didn't get the, you know what I'm saying? So I ended up getting in there, for that, and then I was getting gym around the corner, Big Nasty's gym. Yeah. And my brother Q in it, we got Q's. So I was going to the gym and Spray was going to the gym. So I see Spray at the gym and then he's talking to me about his record label and stuff like that. And then he's speaking to me about, he tried to give me a couple of alley-oops because this is when I was doing the smoke and the avocado and salmon and all of them. And he said to me, he put me through to some lady called Kat that does like PR and stuff like that. I had a Zoom meeting with her. She was like, "Nah, what you need right now, you need to kind of build up a bit because we come after the fact, so we can do an article that's kind of like, we can't really talk about your old stuff. It's not really," so I was like, "Bet." So then we kept in contact, and even that day he told me about he might start a podcast, and I was thinking, I hear it because of everything that was going on with his situation and whatnot. And I was already logged into the pod world. I was already watching $1 Million Worth of Game and Drink Champs and all of those American pods and kind of keeping an eye on the scene and watching Chucky Online a bit and No Behaviour and certain little things. And then when he started it, I started watching it. Sometimes I would give him feedback. Sometimes I was phoning him like, "Yo, I like that," or "I don't think you should do that," or, you know what I'm saying? Just from a fan's perspective, innit? And from somebody that wants him to do good type shit. And then he said to me one time, he said, "Oh, you know what, if I tell you to pull up," he even said it to me before you were done. He said, "If I tell you to pull up, you pull up." I said, "Yeah, of course." You know what I'm saying? But I've never actually approached a podcast about going to a podcast. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I've had talks with Beanos, that's just because he's my friend, you know what I'm saying, about No Behaviour and that, but I've never actually DM'd the man like, "Yo, I want to come to your podcast," you know what I mean? So he, one day out of the blue, phoned me, he said, "Joe, I can't believe all these years have passed and I ain't even phoned you and told you to like come on, I told you should have come." And I was like, "Yeah, I was waiting for you to like, whatever, like, when you're ready, innit? I told you I'll do it then." Before it was where it is now, where everybody would want to come, do you know what I'm saying? But I assumed that obviously you needed to build up, you want to get the bigger names and get the whatever. Anywho, he phoned me, I was going to Congo, so I'm like, "Bro, I'm on the way to I think I was on the way to the airport, I was leaving in a day or something, so I got to go Congo." So he said, "When you back?" I said, "Bro, I'm there for a few months, you know what I'm saying? I got to pattern up with a big man, you know what I'm saying?" He's like, "Shaggy, when you come back?" I came back, I didn't even tell no one I came back. I didn't post that I was back, because I had to kind of like page a couple of people about their behaviour when I'd been away, and I didn't want to, you know what I mean? So then he's paged me out of the blue like, "Yo, like, when you coming back?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm back, you know." And he's like, "What?" He's like, "Well, you told me, I told you, like, da 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 da." I was like, "Yeah, but I explained what I just explained a minute ago, innit?" And he's like, "Raw, so what, can you pull up, da 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 da?" I was like, "Yeah, what?" Looked in the date, blah blah blah, I came. Why for that? So anywho, I got there and done an interview, one of the longest interviews that she's ever done. Like, it's like 6 hours or something. I got burst in the interview, yeah. Bought a bottle of 1942, sipped most of the night with 42 by myself. Yeah, like I sipped at least half of it. And I sipped to Ray, yeah. got way too drunk because the interview was good at the beginning, but I started slurring, doing madnesses. But it was bants anyway. So after that, there was the men versus women situation. I pulled up to that, and then same thing, got hella waved, and then I don't know, like the fans took to me like they probably took to like taking the piss out of me a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But they took to me either way, like they nicknamed me Drinky, which I thought was hilarious because I drink in it. So like if you make jokes out of me and it's true to something I do, I never really mind. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I never really mind. So I just found that hilarious, and he phoned me the next day, and Stanner phoned me literally just after each other. And normally when I speak to Stanner, big up Gambler and Stanner, we always like talk for quite a while, like, you know what I'm saying? Because we don't talk on a regular basis, but when we do, it's bare catch up, it's bare, we've got so much things in common, and we do music and bare different things. He's done media stuff as well, because he had the rap show and stuff like that. And funny enough, it was in like a community centre in this parts as well. So anyway,
Pedro.
Yeah. So yeah, you know the thing. So I even went to that. And we went to that, obviously Spanner, I'm gonna support like regardless, you know what I mean? So he phoned me first and he's like, yo, he's like, bro, he's like, you should do a pod, you know? He's like, blood, like, you see, you just got a character and look at the comments, like, they get mad, And he's like, blood, he's like, I got a little bit of equipment still from the rap thing, and he's like, bro, anything you want, if I can't say I'm gonna be co-host every day, but if you want me to whatever I can, I'm there. I was like, bro, big up, respect, I said, I thought about it before, you know, I told him, he's like, blood, it's gotta be drink. I said, bro, it's gonna be like the UK drink champs, you know? He's like, yeah, that's what you need to do, So I'm like, cool, hung up, spray phones me. Yo, same thing. Yeah, blood, you should do your own show, you know, that. No, you got your own little papers, and if you want me to, I can, but if you wanna, you know what I'm saying, I said, bro, Stanley just said the same shit. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't arrogant enough, I understood that even by being on his show, how I thought I would have done my show before, it was just what I would have liked to do. And that's cool, but you also have to do what would work. You know what I'm saying? What the people want to see. So I thought, because I'm doing men versus women and stuff like that, and then I'm a co-host now, this is my chance to learn the game. You know what I'm saying? This is my chance to learn the game from the inside out. Because people have a lot of opinions on shows or RTM, I hear bare stuff a lot of the times, but unless you're there, you might think you know what's going on, but you don't fucking know what's going on. Do you get what I'm saying to you? Like, I'm living it, innit? So, same as that some people say, like, when I make statements like I was with someone before RTM, they're like, you're ungrateful, no, I know what, the amount of exposure I've got now compared to what I've had before then, there's no comparison, because I live it. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me about what I live. You don't know how many times I get stopped down the road. I do. My little brother knows because he be stepping with me and it's mad. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, I can't step out my door. We've been stopped outside my door before. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my feet just touch the pavement, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I do know how powerful and influential the show is. It was a great opportunity. I'm grateful for the opportunity. It is a great opportunity. You know what I mean? And yeah, so I was just learning the game, man. Learning the game, figuring out how I'm gonna do this version of it, but make it my own. And
so in that time, you always while you was on RTM, we was thinking about how you might navigate your own one day as well, but you're learning on the job basically.
Always, like, I'm just, you know, like, probably honestly speaking, bro, yeah, I ain't never worked for no one in my life. I worked with my dad at his restaurant when I was on the run and I was 18, yeah, for 3 months, 4 months, and then I came back. And that wasn't even really work because, like, I couldn't get sacked. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's my pops' place. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he offered me the restaurant, like, as soon as I got to about 20. So it was more work experience than work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could go for Spags break when I wanted. Like, all the people working there knew I would be their boss at some time. They would call me Petit Patron, and I used to say to them aloud, just call me by my name. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't, they couldn't shout at me. They couldn't, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't really, even though it was work, it wasn't really work. But on the roads, I've never been on the ones lying. That's just not, like, because I've always watched my dad being the boss, I just always assumed that would be me. Even when I was a little kid with no, like, criteria or characteristics that warrant me thinking that way, but that's just what I assumed. So any space I go in, if I plan to go in that space, even if I'm somewhere quickly being somebody's partner or somebody whatever, my goal would always be to do my own version of it. That's just how I think. That's just how I function.
I mean, one of the things that I kind of noticed, right, because obviously you being from the road, and I've been on RTM before, and I know Spray from Joe, and I know how he is in terms of being very brash.
Right.
When you kind of saw the comments though, and people kind of talking about it, oh, they don't like the way he's talking to you, kind of thing. Is it that you didn't take those things seriously because you know just how Spray is? That's just it's a bro thing, but it's not the thing that where you kind of took it seriously, or did you kind of ever take offense to how you felt you're spoken to sometimes?
Okay, definitely took offense to how I got spoken to sometimes. The comments, if I'm being honest, they don't bother me that much. Nobody wants the public perception of them to be a wrong reflection of them. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, like I've never been perceived as somebody soft, as an idiot, as a pussy, or none of that. Like, if you watch my previous videos and you read those comments, you might hear a man say, oh, fuck Pinky, when we see him it's that, or yeah, or they might throw up their set. But nobody's not gonna tell you I'm an idiot, or do you know what I mean? It was mad for my little brother even seeing people talk to me like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't even see my pop shout at me. So do you know what I'm saying to you? Like, I don't even think he's seen anybody in my family shout at me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a shock to the system for a lot of people. And what bothered me, it wasn't so much the comments, because like, obviously I don't want no one to approach me thinking something that they shouldn't be thinking, because you're going to get the wrong type of reaction. Do you know what I mean? It's probably not going to work out for you. But I'd rather not, because then it might not work out for me too, because I might have to go sit down a little bit. You know what I mean? But what did bother me is when people in my normal life was very offended by certain things. And when I was offended by certain things, because something could happen on the show and I could phone Spray about it after the show and pinpoint like, bro, why would you say that? Why would you like woo-woo? Why would you woo-woo? Do you know what I mean? And then by the time the show comes out, even though me and him's ashed it out, now I've got to relive it. I've had days when like, my phone's non-stop popping. I wake up kind of late. I could wake up with 30 missed calls and look at the names and know what every single one of them persons are going to want to say. Do you know what I'm saying? And then I'm going to be in a position where I got to kind of defend, bro. Oh no, it wasn't like that. Oh no. But I took offense to it.
How do you kind of navigate it there and then at that moment? Is it think, you know what? I'm not going to crash out because that's still my guy. Yeah. But I'm taking offense. How do you do the kind of humbling your ego then?
I've had mini crash outs. I've had mini crash outs. They're just not out. You know what I mean? For the most part, a lot. Like, it depends on situations. So there's some of it, that is a bit like, why would you say that? Because I could say bare things that I shouldn't say on camera. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm just thinking, okay. You see the conversation what we had outside, I'm not on the pod to prove I'm bad. I did that on the pavement. Nobody can tell you otherwise. Tell somebody to tell you where they done me something. Do you know what I mean? People might run around and say, oh yeah, but they done that to his boy and they ain't done nothing. Or da-da-da-da-da. Okay, cool. I'll hold my hands up. Do you know what I'm saying? But this whole time I've been on this pavement and all in these jails, you know what I'm saying to you? 9 stone nothing sometimes. 5'9". You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. To let that sink in. Yeah. But so a lot of the times I just think I've got to keep an online persona, innit? I can't be who I was on the camera. It's not going to be beneficial for me. The question you asked me earlier on about, and I don't think a lot of people understand that too, but the question you asked me earlier on about my rap career and stuff like that, I think that I probably was the sort of person that managers would probably not want to deal with, because they don't know me in person. If you listen to my earlier music, it had such a violent tendency that you're probably going to think that I'm going to probably crash out on you if you try and manage me. I'm going to be rude to you. Which I'm not that person. I'm a business person. I don't talk to people in any type of way unless they go over the line. I really don't. Do you know what I'm saying to you? But for my music, like most people that never met me, like girls that have slid in my DMs and stuff like that, we exchange numbers, the first thing they used to say to me when I used to speak to them is, oh, you sound really calm. Like, I thought you would be like Because them times I used to be picking the black sheep, like I'm screaming and shouting on the mic. So I purposely went there not to do that. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Sometimes a little bit might come out because I'm human, but I've come there to show people, like, and now I'm able to talk. I don't just have to make a lyric. And now I'm able to just articulate. Now I'm able to not just even talk about me. I'm able to ask people questions. I'm able to display my different talents and how articulate I can be, how compassionate or understanding I can be. So I was there to try and kind of get that across, and I'm aware that I'm going to try and start my own stuff, and I don't want to scare off sponsors or scare off certain deals. You know what I'm trying to say? Because you can scare away the money. You know what I'm saying? You can scare away the money by coming across a certain way, and I was very conscious of that. So, and a lot of people that would be commenting, yeah, and saying stuff, I understand, first of all, none of them know me. Because people that know me, we was just on the way here today, yeah, and I got a phone call. Blood, I don't like the way man are making you look. I was there to tell you, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, blood, don't eat, don't you know, man. I get these phone calls every fucking day from different people. I had 2 phone calls from 2 lifers the other day about my crash out on YouTube, about slapping it like, bro, like you've done 2 sentences while we've been here, bro. I still got to do 2 of them sentences on top of that. You want to be here with us? Like, blood, stop, like, stay on you ain't got to prove nothing to them. You know what I'm saying? But all the people in the comments, I understand, a lot of them ain't business people. A lot of them, they just want entertainment. And he's bad. He's bad people. We've heard about him. He's supposed to not have this. They don't understand where I'm trying to go with it and why I don't need to, do you know what I'm saying? Because Spray or Chrono, they don't talk to me anyhow in real life. They've never raised their voice to me on the phone in real life or in person. Do you know what I'm saying? So, but I know that. They don't know that. So I understand. They just going by their perspective.
Do you think mostly Spray does it then just for the clickbait element of it? Like, this will go off and the views and it'll...
Of course. It's a big part of it. But because if I get something disrespectful gets said about me, yeah, or Kron, he'll probably keep it in. But if the disrespect goes his way, he might not. Especially if it's, do you know what I'm saying to you? So, but also he does, because he understands, like, I don't want to give away the game too much, innit? Because it's his game and, you know what I'm saying, and rare. But, like, he understands what works and what doesn't. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, because you got to understand something, yeah? If you think he doesn't, and if you think he's just a madman jumping up and down, yeah, then why ain't nobody mad else going that viral? You know what I'm saying? That there is a few components that combined make a certain...
I think the misconception that people have that Spray is dumb. Spray's not dumb. Spray's very intelligent. Very, very intelligent. So I think people have that misconception because he goes mad. But when you see certain times and when he's actually articulating himself and speaking, he knows what he's talking about. So he plays the game well. I mean, saying that in terms of criticism as well, we must talk about him because he's gotten to me a couple of times as well.
Get him.
Your main Relevant TV.
Oh my God! Hey, Bobby!
He put the fashion dread.
This again, Bobby. See the fashion dread thing? I don't mind it. We're Congolese, but we're not Rastafarians, my boy. You know what I'm saying? So if I got these dreads, they're for fashion. That's cool. He goes mad. He goes too mad though. Let me tell you what my real problem is with mine. Let me tell you what my proper problem is with mine, man. Yeah. You don't make no content. Yeah. You're not a creative. Yeah. You don't do nothing, right? Yeah. And you decide to report on what other people do. Okay, that's fine. There's lots of different ways you could do it. You decide to diss everybody. And you decide to only, like, bro, if there's no way, yeah, this idiot has seen all the man's content and not like nothing I said. If he posted things that he liked and was like, bro, Fashion Ras was cool that day. He did more of this Fashion Ras. And then cuss me on the next day, I'll be fine with that. If he did the same with you, Bobby, if he did the same with everybody, I'll be fine with that. You choose to watch the whole content like the little Batty Boy fan that you are. Yes, I just called you a Batty Boy. Yeah? And then you decide to nitpick at the bits you don't like to then cuss the people.
But do you not think that's also his lane? Like, similar to what Spray knows what works.
Yeah.
Remain Relevant TV knows this works.
I get it.
Because if he's a nice guy, people will be like, nah, it doesn't work. So he has to, and what I'll say is fair to him, he does go at everyone. Yeah, I don't think he picks and chooses and say, yeah, this is my guy. He does, if someone does wrong, he goes at everyone. No, that's what I give it to him. And he's funny.
He is, he can be.
I remember the first time when he said, I went on a bit of a crash out in a group chat. Everyone like, Bobby, don't be silly. I'm like, nah, man, I can't find my man.
You got him though.
So I got him back. I got him back. So I'm the one person saying, no, I get back. To be fair, over time, I've grown to not like him, but I've grown to appreciate his content. Cause like, I hear it, he's fair across the board, so I get that to him. But at the same time, when you're on the receiving end, at that point, it's making you feel like, what dickhead, you pussy, or kind of thing. But I hear it.
Yeah.
So with that kind of thing, there's a thing that, how do you feel about him in general?
Like, look, I know I called him a batty boy and all of that. I'm not that pressed about it. Like, it does annoy me when he says stuff sometimes, but I'm really not that pressed about it. And I have laughed at his content before. This is where I'm a hypocrite, yeah? I have laughed at his content before it was about me.
When it's about other people, you know what
I'm a hypocrite. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know who he was. Them man put me on tip. They was like, bruh, this I'm like, who's that? Then I went home, oh my God, I'm praying. I'm phoning these men like, he got you, like, It was funny when it were me, you know? You know what I'm saying? But till it was me. But, and I suppose when he gets to a certain level, because his channel's growing, when he gets to a certain level, it will kind of be like, I remember I done Sinners the other day, and Speedy was like, I want him to talk about me. Like, so at some point he's going to get to a bit where even if he cusses people are going to be glad that he's cussed them because he's at that level. But me personally, I don't think he's at that level.
Because I remember like, when this guy at me and I thought I'll go back to him. He came back to me, I just realised, well, I got a big platform and I just given him, I remember like his views, his subscribers went up like 2K. I'm like, wait, I'm giving this guy extra. So I thought, let me back off. But at the same time, I'll give it to him, he's being consistent. You see, when you're consistent, and slowly, I think he's part of the culture. Like, when he said Bobby Kapingi, that even people laugh at that, and I find that funny. Even down there, and all it's part of culture now. People. So I think he put himself in place that way. He's part of the culture. I think I said something the other day. I said if he done things that way, what Bouncer's kind of doing that way, he's showing his face a bit more kind of thing. I think he'll go to the next level again. But again, that's him moving on from that.
I think it's very dangerous for him to do that.
You reckon?
I think it's very dangerous for him to do that because even what Bouncer's doing is dangerous. Because you've got to remember when you're talking on people, you're talking on real people. Like forget the people, think about the people's people. Do you get what I'm saying to you? Because I know people, that will slap the shit out of him just for knowing he's him and being in their vicinity. You said, what? Fashion dread, that's my OG. Whack! Send you about your way. Do you know what I'm saying? Without asking me. Like, there's people that could have just seen me say he's a batty boy and see him. So, obviously, you could find him and see his face and you've exposed it and whatnot. But you having your face out there every day, it's a different steed. Why do you think a lot of these rappers are wearing baddies now and all of that? Because you wouldn't be able to walk around and live your whole life. I just told you how much I get stopped going down the road. You know what I'm saying to you? Like,
do you think then Bouncer will be doing what he's doing if he was still in the UK?
No, he would. I heard we got 3 shots of tequila, but I heard what he said because I'm logged in it. I'm in this space now, so I'm logged in. I watched that before Bouncer reacted on it. And I don't even watch their pod, no disrespect to them, but it came up in my algorithm probably because they said Bouncer, because I do watch his content. So as soon as I saw that, I watched it, like about 3 in the morning or something like that. And then 2 days later, a day later, Bouncer reacted to it. Now, I don't agree with that particular statement, but it is a lot freer for him to do it at him because there's people that do it here. Trap Lord Ross, Tank, like you know what I'm saying to you, like the other guy, I forgot his name, Somalian guy that they came with, tall guy, light skinned guy, or Somalian guy, I don't know where he is, but so there's a few people that do it, and they're walking about or whatever, but they're not doing what ours doing. They're not running around dissing people, even though they might be like, oh, you should have been smarter there, and why are you saying this in your lyrics and getting bird, but you're not outright dissing people. And when you're outright dissing people, in the number of people that you're dissing, I've heard him diss Bush, I've heard him diss you, I've heard him diss, I've heard him diss everybody. Like you said, when you're dissing people to that level, so if there's 50 guys that care about Bobby, where if I start running around cussing your mum, doing this and that, there's 50 people certified that would see me and do me in, then you cuss me and I got 50. Then you cuss Spray and he's got 50. Then you're talking to about nobody, they got 50. Now you've got 5,000 people that are liable to crash at you at any stage. And they could find your face, but they might forget it. I could walk past him today, even after what you showed. But if I saw his face every day, I can't walk past Bouncer. Do you see the difference? Like, you can't get walked past, you well, be Cassandra. You know what I'm saying to you? That, so it's like, so I think that he should keep his face hidden respectfully. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my opinion, innit? If he wants to... But plus I heard he's queer at the ends anyway. So that's probably why...
I don't think he's from London to be
He's queer at the... I know where he is. He's queer at the ends. That's another thing that's... I know where he is. You know what I'm saying?
Moving on from him then, so... In TikTok Live, that's where kind of a lot of issues have kind of grown. I mean, I see your TikTok is growing. I mean, talk us through why you started doing TikTok Live first, and then we'll get into the other bits.
So, I knew a few people that was on TikTok, and a couple of my youngers was on there. I used to see them on there always arguing, sending each other their IDs and all of that. They would befriend someone or be friends with someone and argue after. I was confused. You get what I say to you? I was around someone for a while called HBK on thingy, big up HBK. He was telling me, come on, TikTok's the rule, but I'm thinking, nah, man, like, you're a little bit young, I ain't got the temperament for all of that. People are going to be telling me about my mum, it's too mad for me. You know what I'm saying? I just thought that's what it was about. Now, I got a friend from around the corner from here, Tony, big up Tony, she on TikTok as well, T Mooney, I had her up. So I started just going in her lives sometimes, yeah, and their lives is like quiet rooms. So there might be 5 people in it, and there might be like another 5 watching. Like, so I was just going in there and just getting acquainted to like her internet friends and stuff like that. So I was just doing that for a little while. So I got a little bit of liking to it, and then at first before that I used to think you have to go live and just talk to yourself, and I just thought that was just stupid and dead, innit? Yeah. And then I was talking to Justo and that in the DMs a bit when he had the fight going on with Quincy and just telling him, yo, let man know man's gonna pull out support. Congo team, you know the vibe, you know what I mean? Yeah. And then I see them go on live, and then I went on live with them, and then it's like I'm chatting to man them. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not, no disrespect to like anybody, but I'm not like with that. I just thought it was a bit sneaky and bare kids, and do you know what I'm saying? So I'm chatting to them and I'm thinking, oh, this is actually calm. Like man could do this, submit that pod in. Do you know what I'm saying? But I'm not really being governed. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no government, and it's not like, man can't stop my conversation. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we're moving on from that, or whatever. Like, I'm a bit free here. Like, okay, cool. I need to start a pod in a minute anyway. Let me chill in this space and let me see what I want. Yeah? So I've gone on there now, and I've started opening my own rooms now. I'm opening my own rooms, and I'm thinking, big up Baker Trouble. So I already thought of Baker as being my co-host for about a year back. I phoned him and said, yo, listen, I'm going to do a pod at some point. You're going to be my co-host. I don't know who else is going to be there. I don't know how else I'm going to do it. I just know I was in Joe with you. You're hella funny. I know you're real, yeah? Because me and him done business before and he kept it. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of snakiness in these settings. So he's like, yeah, bet, I'm with it. I said, bet. So when I went on TikTok, man, I paged him. I said, yo. I said, oh, I'm over there on TikTok, you know. I said, come over. Let me introduce you to the people, yeah? But I'm sniping, innit? I'm sniping for co-hosts. So you look and I look, don't say nothing about the pod. We're just here, we're just chilling. He's like, bet. So we start going on there, boom, 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 getting to know people. My rooms are growing. At first, a lot of people are coming around, oh, pick it from RTM. They want to ask RTM questions and stuff like that. Cool, fair enough, you know what I'm saying? Yeah? Then more and more people start coming, more followers. So now I start to know people personally. Big up Prince, because him and Baker kind of saw that. Because I wanted another guy co-host, but I didn't want people that's not going to get along. So I started seeing that they would have their own inside jokes that I'm not even involved in. Do you know what I'm saying? And I want it like that. I don't want it like, oh, everything's got a fruit. Like, no, like, you lot can even get on me sometimes if you want. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, why for that? So anyway, so I said, cool. I said to him, yo, I might have to bring Prince in it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, bet, boom. Then now, I already had a few girls that I already knew I was going to pattern with, innit, yeah? Aesthetics and whatnot. But then I started shopping and putting other characters, you know what I'm saying? Like, funny people, big up Queen of the South, Bells. Like, there's a couple people that was, I don't really want to say too much, innit, but there's a couple people that, like, I've got 6 stories, you know what I'm saying? And my room's question-based. So, like, I throw out questions about relationships and stuff like that, and I put it to the panel, and I do it in a certain order. So I'll start like either from the bottom or from the top. So because if you keep starting from one order, people copy people's answers or read the room and go with public perception. Do you know what I'm saying? But I like the people that, you know, will just say them, and TikTok's very restricted on how you can talk. So it makes it difficult for me because I get blocked a lot, I get banned a lot. Like I'm banned right now. So
you're banned on TikTok?
Yeah, only like for 5 days. I get banned like every 2-3 days.
Be mindful though.
Yeah,
I had 55k on TikTok. They took my page down. Even my Instagram, remember my main Instagram got down. So the more you keep getting banned, they'll be like, okay, this guy's not listening. Boom, you're gone. So be mindful.
Nah, thank you, man. I'll be real though, yeah. I've got about like 3-4 pages though. You know what I'm saying? I've got like 3-4 pages. One's on 8k, the other one's on 6k. I've got a few. You know what I mean? But I've got one pinky notes. The other one's on the different thingies, innit? Yeah. But yeah, I enjoy the space. I spend a lot of time on there because I enjoy it. Obviously, I want to monetize it. I'm not there yet. But I understand you got to put in groundwork to get where you're going. You know, a lot of people are like, oh yeah, like when you grown men doing on TikTok for all these hours, and it's like, bro, when I was a youth man, respectfully, yeah, I didn't have the option of making 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 from my phone. If I did, I probably wouldn't hit the road. You know what I'm saying to you? So what? Now that I'm grown, what would you? Like people,
you can't be watched when people talk about people with age and that. The money comes at any time. Money comes at any time.
Exactly that.
I mean, there's people who started Wallow on them when they started their podcast very late, and they got how much money? For,
big up Wallow and that. So. Big up Wallow and that because he's a big inspiration for me. You know, like he's a big Wallow. I respect Wallow a lot. You know what I'm saying? I respect Wallow a lot. You got to understand, bro. Yeah. Big up Gilly as well, because I listened to Gilly from when I was a kid. But if you hear this story, yeah, like, this is what I mean about, like, what you said about where my music career could have been if I was home and whatnot. I reckon Gilly's music career wouldn't have ended up how it did if he had Wallow around. Do you know what I'm saying to you? That some people just compliment each other. Because $1 million worth of game don't happen without Wallow, bro. Like, Wallow came home wilding out in the rain and all of these things. You get what I'm saying to you? And Gilly says it, I thought you was an idiot. What are you doing? And even when Wallow was saying, let's do pod and that, remember, Wallow's nobody, like, as far as Gilly's Gilly the Kid. You know what I'm saying? So, but just the fact that Gilly was wise enough to say, okay, let me see what you're saying, cuz. And look, 100 million, 200 million deals.
For real. But what would you say then, in terms of the live, do you think that's what kind of has led now to the fallout between the session and RTM? Because obviously you were on RTM, but you're cool with people like Justo and you're cool with Fat Mac and so on. Do you think that kind of laid a framework of like, oh, there's no loyalty there, but at the end of the day, you're friends with everyone kind of thing?
Do you know what, yeah? First of all, I don't think you can kind of like, because I've heard bouncers say a lot, yeah, it's TikTok's fault and whatnot, yeah? You can't, that's like saying I came here, yeah, and I shot you and it's the gun's fault. Fucking, like, the gun can't shoot you by itself. You know what I'm saying? Or you shot me, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that makes sense. Yeah, and also, sometimes, yeah, things can just speed up things that might have naturally happened anyway.
You think overall tension about the podcast wars, everyone wants to be number one basically, and that's what it kind of stems from?
Do you know what, yeah? I couldn't tell you, yeah? I couldn't tell you because I don't, like you said, I don't have no tension with neither. Like, people say to me, I'll be on road and people say, oh, well, yeah, like, forget spraying that, like, they disrespect that. I said, bro, I supposed to spray the other day, like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, I get people talking about, blood, you see the way crowd, but I was supposed to cry the other day. Like, what are you talking about? Like, do you know what I'm saying to you? Like, bro, I was just on Cron's live on the way here when he's getting mad about Jay Foreman and the diss track and that, yeah. And he see me pop up, yeah. He's like, hey, Pinky, well, hey, I'm getting mad. I'm like, I'm under attack. And it's not no joke. Remember, I've known these guys since I was a kid, you know what I mean? As far as Stowe and the session and that, I've not known them as long, but you know what I'm saying? Like, they've seemed cool, they've shown me nothing but love, manners and respect. I can't fall out with anybody that moves like that over the way somebody else might feel about them. But again, yeah, I have not heard Spray or Cron specifically tell me, like, don't be around them. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Or like, it's beef. You got to remember this, yeah? Spray's been to the fucking session. So has Cron. Like, I went there a lot later. Like, when I left the session and I spoke to Spray a few days later and I told him we'd been there was no friction. He didn't say to me, oh, why? He's like, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. Yeah, come on, you put in, and that means that what you're doing is working. And more people are going to invite you. Look, I'm here now, Bobby. That's what we're making content, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying to you? So, I think there's a lot of, you see the thing about black people, yeah, about our people, yeah, and I just hope we stop doing this. But we probably won't. I don't know if it stems from slavery. I don't know if it stems from our egos. I think it's a bunch of things, yeah? But why don't we move like the Asians, bro? Like, do you get what I'm saying to you? Like these motherfuckers, like, they huddled up in the yard for time, then they buy the next yard, then the next yard, then the next yard, and now they got 5 yards on the road. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, why don't we move like the Jews, bro? Like, do you get what I'm saying to you? Like, why don't we move, like, why is it always separation and segregation, bro? Like, you get what I'm saying to you? Why is it always, man's got to be better than them, man? Why is it always, like, how I first looked at it, yeah, I looked at it like it's a bit of balance, and you know what I'm saying? It's like we could be sitting in the room, oh, shut up, Bobby, man, you wear glasses, man, like, shut up, Pinky, you're skinny, man, you idiot, and like, it's just, you know what I'm saying? That's how I was taking it. I wasn't taking it like anything serious or anything like that.
But do you think now it's crossed the line in terms of what things have said now? Do you think there's any reconciliation?
To be honest with you, yeah, I've reconciliated a lot of situations between the bros and other people behind closed doors. A lot, Bobby. A lot. You know what I'm trying to say? I've stopped police from being called. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? Like, I've stopped. I don't even want to talk on it. I've stopped a lot. Just trust me. Yeah? And you see, for people to have the cheek to say, I don't back the man them, I'm snaky, this, that, certain people are the only ones that's loyal, yeah. I've understood, yeah, that, and people know about the things I've done behind closed doors, you know what I'm saying, yeah? I've understood that maybe that's not a role like that I need to take. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe I just need to take a sit back and just let people do them. Everybody's grown men. Because if you keep coming up to me, Bobby, yeah, every other day, and then you're like, yo, Pinky, I'm broke, give me a pinky. Yo, Pinky, I'm broke, give me 20. Yo, Pinky, I'm broke. And I hear you running around talking about, oh, Pinky don't give me nothing, blood. Pinky's tight. Yeah? I might have to let you starve for a few months. Just so you appreciate what I'm doing. Do you get what I'm saying? Because when I'm putting out fucking fires everywhere, you're shooting off your mouth about what I'm not doing. Because you want me to be putting out more fires. I ain't a fireman. You know what I'm saying? So, I hope nothing escalates and gets out of hand. Because, you know, I know both sides, and like I said, Cronus and Spray, that's all for Forest, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the ends, that's the borough, bro. Like, you know what I mean? So, that, and Spray's doing great things, and I think I don't know if he realizes it, but he's only really at the beginning of his journey. Like in 5-10 years time, yeah, that could be a multi-million-pound business. Do you know what I'm saying? And even maybe quicker than that. You know what I'm saying? Say if the man them don't scare away the money. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I hope and I think it's very possible for things to get resolved. The level that things went to, I believe, an apology, because if you get disrespected publicly, you should get apologised to publicly. I've been disrespected a lot publicly and been apologised to behind closed doors a lot, but that's cool, that's on me, you know what I mean, because I allowed that to happen. But yeah, I think things can really get resolved, because at the end of the day, even though pride's a thing and man will do a lot for their pride, I feel like airing things out in a positive way could alleviate that feeling of having to do stuff. Do you get what I'm trying to say to you? Because you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, no,
but whether man are willing to do that, whether man are gonna do that, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I'm not really involved in the drama. I had a little crash out, which was mainly about people painting fake narratives about me and people letting other people address me that don't really know me or even on the level to ever address me. Do you know what I mean? But so that's how I got caught up in it a little bit. But I've kind of wiggled out of that because I don't want to be in that algorithm, bro. I don't enjoy being in my house screaming and shouting at my phone and getting pissed off and all of that. Do you get me? Like,
it's mad when you think about it, you're literally screaming at your phone.
Yeah, that's what it is, bro. Like, I rather chill. Like, I'm gonna start posting some of my TikToks. So some of them are really funny. Like, we be especially at night, yeah, we got a segment called Whispers After Dark, yeah. And then like we just be asking hella mad sex questions and X, Y, Z, I enjoy that. Like it's fun, it's jokes. Like man, get to know like proper good peoples like that are on the thing. Like you get what I'm trying to say to you. Like that's a vibe. You get me? Like big up Eritrean Princess Sabs. You get me? Like short girl, like all of them. You get me? Like it's there's good people on there that we bounce with. You know what I mean? But we don't. But it goes on. Like I've got literally like a whole TikTok like set of people that, bro, you see if I don't go online, Bobby, yeah, bro, the people that's got me on other apps, they go sick at me, Bobby. Like, bro, where are you? Why aren't you online? It's dead. Like, bro, like we need you on here. Like, it's mental. That's nuts. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes I have to go sleep with my phone on TikTok and let people govern it. And then wake up halfway through. Like, I'm getting like 3 hours sleep here, 3 hours sleep there. Like, it's mad. You know,
but it also helps you build up your profile and get people to know you also. It works kind of both ways. So moving on to a little bit more controversy then.
Go on.
Like people talking about RTM and pay. And I done a video about it if you saw. I'm like, unless you kind of negotiate in the first place and say, you know what, yeah. I want to get paid. Or when you see the success of it, saying, okay, cool, can we talk about a budget?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Because sometimes people might go there because, again, it's giving you the platform basically to say, yeah, cool. Yeah. So do you see it as a platform that's giving you, or do you see, you know what, we might need to talk about bread one day?
There's a lot of ways you can slice that cat, innit? Yeah. I'm doing my pod this Sunday, innit? Yeah. And I'm gonna get into it in depth about my particular situation, you get me? But I'm just saying in a hypothetical situation, yeah? I believe, yeah, as a person, like I stated before, that's never worked for nobody in my life. So I've employed a lot of people, yeah? I normally employ people on a percentage base, yeah? And I'm gonna explain to you why I do that, yeah? Because I'm a smart businessman, yeah? And I wanna keep my good employees, because I know one thing, they're fucking hard to come. Some people are not as smart and don't understand that. Do you get what I'm saying? Now, if you've got lines and you send kids OT and you tell them, which is probably what some people used to do, and you tell them, I'm gonna pay you 7 bills a week. Then when they come back, you say, oh, blah, blah, wait, is this, I gotta hurry up, but take a look of 3 bills, yeah? And I got runners, and they got OT, and they make a bag a week, and we're in the same team. You see when my runners speak to your runners, and they tell them what they're getting, guess what your runners are gonna do? They're gonna become my runners. The good ones at least. I can't then complain and bitch and say, oh, people are using, do you understand what I'm trying to say to you? Like, it doesn't make sense. Do you know what I'm saying to you? And the reason why I pay on a percentage base is because what I realised from when I was trapping years ago, when I got nicked and went and done jail for it, yeah, just to be clear, you know what I'm saying? Is, say again, I say to you, Bobby, yeah, you're on, say my line's making a bag a day, and I say to you, you're on a bill a day, yeah? Then guess what? You might not get up that early to lick the shots. You're on a bill a day anyway. You might not stay up that late to lick the shots. You are on a bill anyway. Matter of fact, you might want my line to do 8 bills a day. Because that, a bag a day is like an extra 2 hours. You don't want to do that. But if I tell you, yeah, that you're getting 10% of the line, yeah, and you can see what the line's making, even after you've made your bill, you might want to make another 5 bills because I'm another pinky for you. Because I'm fucking smart. I understand shit. That's why I've kept my runners for years when I was about. That's why I bury my runners are successful people today. Do you get what I'm saying to you? Now, if you can't understand that as a businessman, respectfully, you're a shit boss. There's nothing else I can say about it. Now, if you're talking about fucking exposure and stuff like that, it is a form of pay. It is. Do you get what I'm trying to say to you? Yeah, it is. But is it a form of pay that's sustainable? Do you get what I'm saying to you? Can clout or exposure, can they pay your bills?
But does it then come then to your responsibility?
Yeah.
And I know you say you can talk about it on your podcast, so I don't get too much into it, but does it come to your responsibility? Say, all right, cool, let's have a word. I see the pod is doing really, really well, and can we negotiate something? Do you feel comfortable to have that conversation?
No, let me be clear, yeah. I feel comfortable, yeah, to say absolutely anything to Spray. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I've said a lot of mad things to him before, I probably will in the future. It's not an issue of that. It's an issue of, one, sometimes conversations that I had behind closed doors, yeah, get brought out in public, yeah, and it's a bit uncouth, innit? Do you get what I'm trying to say to you, yeah? And I play chess, not checkers, and I'm a good chess player. Do you know what I'm saying? And I hold my cards close to my chest. So I was never, I've not even come out and said, yeah, anything. Do you get what I'm saying to you? People have said things, and I'm not confirming or denying. Do you know what I'm saying to you? I will on my thing, but I'm not confirming or denying. But I've never come out publicly and said I'm mad at Spray for no pay. Never said that. Yeah. Now, other things have been said that I didn't like. You get what I'm saying to you? Yeah. You see me when I'm speaking out about things that are in-house things. It's only because fake narratives are being painted on me. I came out at the rent because people said, I don't back the man them, I don't do this, I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I just told you a minute ago that there's plenty of situations that have stopped from happening that could have went left. Do you know what I'm saying to you, yeah? One of them was the last time an argument between the two camps happened, and I spoke to both parties up until crazy hours for hours until all the tempers was calm. Another one was the police situation I just told you about. There's been a million of them. I've caught people crying, and there's been loads of things I've done. Do you know what I'm saying to you? And everybody that's watching and listening, that's been on the thing, no, I ain't fucking capping. You know what I'm saying to you? Yeah? And I could break it down here now, but I'm not like that. You know what I'm saying to you? But when people are saying stuff like, oh, they don't like being used and taken advantage of and PTSD for cream, and don't wind me up. Just simple as that. Don't fucking wind me up. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Because you can't be referring to me. You definitely can't be referring to me. You know what I'm saying? So that's just where I'm at with that. You know what I mean? Like,
so kind of to end it then, right? Are you still part of RTM?
Hey, Bobby, you're good at this shit up. You're actually good at this shit now. You know what? You're good with the questions and interviewing. Like, listen, big up RTM. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm super grateful for the opportunity, even though it came with a lot of backlash. I do understand that, you know, you can monetize that clout, which is what I'm planning to do. But it's all love and respect and just don't be surprised, yeah, if you see me pull up and it's mad, innit? Don't be surprised if you see me on the city brawling. You get me? And what? Hey, shut up, what are you talking about? I work for that, and you know what I mean? Yeah, you're getting mad. Don't be surprised, innit? You get me? Because like I said, it's people's, innit? Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, like, you need a bit of time apart. Sometimes it gets a bit too mad. You know what I'm saying to you? Sometimes it gets a bit too jarring. But yeah, like a lot of people, it's mixed emotions. Some people, it's like, blood, listen, if I show you my DMs right now, yeah, like people that, bruv, come back, it's dead without you, like, we don't want to, like every day they go mad at me. Like, they go mad at me every day. No, we need you, blah, blah, blah. You see it in the comments anyway, so you can just imagine what my DMs is like on all platforms. TikTok, Twitter, no, not Twitter, I won't talk about it, I ain't on Twitter. TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, on all, Facebook's the only place I don't get it. On all these platforms, I've got people messaging me on regular, no, but seriously, can't you not make up, like, I've got people in real life phoning me, yeah, like, bad boys in real life, like, phoning me, like, yo, pick up Nightmare, like, we're like, bro, like, what needs to be...
Yeah, big up Nightmare.
Big up Nightmare, like, everything I'm saying is factual, like, I don't cap, bro, like, everything I'm saying is facts, you know what I'm saying, like, I've got people, but I also got people saying, bro, fuck that, bro, do your own thing, bro, like, are you mad? Man, I'm trying to rub out your thing, man, I'm trying to paint a picture of you that is not... Do you know what level of type of, do you know what respect we got for, are they mad? You know what I'm saying to you? Like, what? Man are trying to make it act like you're liquor than them. Like, if anything, like, what? What are we talking about here? You know what I'm saying to you? Like, fucking Pinky Notes, bro. Like, let's not 5-star for a reason. You know what I'm saying to you? So, but, like I said, don't be surprised if you see me pull up and woo. You get what I'm saying? Because we're people win it, and people have differences and disagreements, and sometimes people need time apart. You know what I mean?
I hear it. So we're ending on this now. Let us know the name of the pod. When are you going to be out? What's the YouTube so we can start subscribing from now?
Alright, so bam. The YouTube, TikTok. I've already got a TikTok for it. I ain't done the YouTube yet, and and the Instagram and all of that, but it's called Stay Turned Up, yeah? So it's going to be STU, Stay Turned Up, because we're going to be getting turned the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? We're going to down a whole bottle of tequila every episode. Yeah, it's going to be mental.
Yeah, I'll be a boring guest there because I don't drink, but you know.
No, you're cool. No, you're cool. Listen, the guests don't have to drink, bro. Like, you know what I'm trying to say to you? Like, we're not trying to force our alcoholism on anybody. I'm joking. but we know the guests don't have to drink. But you know, like, I'm a wavy person, innit? And like all the people that are gonna be pulling up, like, all my co-hosts, they turn up. We're a vibe. I got hella sexy aesthetics, like some proper buff things. You know what I'm saying? Like proper people's like. I don't want to name none of them. I want to surprise the people them. You know what I'm saying? I want to surprise the people them. But one of them done my logo, so she know who she be. You know what I'm saying? But all the time, I'm not gonna say nothing now, but proper things. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but Stay Turned Up's the name of the podcast. I'm proper excited. I'm looking forward to it. I know it's gonna bang. We've got a sick ass strategy or structure. Yeah. So yeah, watch this space, man. It's gonna be lit.
I mean, my advice would be two things.
Stay consistent.
Stay consistent. That's the most important thing. Even if it gets 2 views the first week, that's calm. Just keep going. Even days when you can't be bothered or you're drunk, fucking hell, I can't be bothered. That's when you do it. That's when you think, yeah, because when I built up Hackney Football Club, there was time we were doing fundraising outside. I see it snow and I'm like, that's long, but we went and done it to the point that where we've got mad sponsorship kind of thing. So just be consistent. Make sure every week you got an episode that's dropping, right? You got an episode dropping every single week, and be active, man. Don't be afraid to DM man. Yo, subscribe. See people, your brother. When you finish here, get him to be the first subscriber on YouTube. Yeah, cool. Subscribe. That's what make people start subscribing from now. Don't wait until the show's out. Create the YouTube channel tonight when you go home and start sending it to people already. Yo, subscribe. So then you already got your build up already from there as well. And you build it up, man.
That's it. I'm definitely gonna do that. You know what? Before we finish here, I just want to say, I said it to you earlier on, yeah. Saw you everywhere, all around the place in probation and all of that, yeah. For a Congo guy, for a black guy, man, rate what you're doing, innit? Stay pushing. Like, I don't think that the lane that you're in, that there's another person. You could correct me if I'm wrong, innit? But I'm only aware of what you're doing, innit? It's loads of different things, you know. The YouTube channel, you're on Instagram, you've got the football club. I see you do events. I see you do the football team with the celebrities and all of that. I just feel like you're just pushing real positivity, and for the most part, especially when we was young, you know this, all the role models was on badness, talking madness, and a lot of it made us want to be that. Do you know what I'm saying? And I feel like I wish I could be on what you was on. I think, you know what I'm saying to you, like it's like pick up a Carla as well. Like, I rate you, man. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Like when I watch him go out there and do stuff and whatever, sometimes I think, yeah, man, like I wish we took a different path and I was having that sort of positive impact on our community, and not just people in general, but you know it's gonna be or affect our community more. Our community is the community that's affected the most, especially in London, by crime, by poverty. You know what I'm saying to you? By rap music, by all the negative shit that I took a part in doing. You know what I'm saying to you? So I don't know if you hear it enough, but I'm definitely gonna give you a flowers. So big you up, and anytime you ever need me for anything, if I'm available, I'm gonna come to you. I'm gonna show support, no matter how small or big my name ever gets out here. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm not bougie. I don't get Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So I just wanted to say that to you, still.
No, I appreciate it, man. And we're gonna stay turned up, and we're gonna be watching the pod this Sunday.
Come on.
We're out.
Come on.